Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings. Leicester City 0, Everton 2. A fine victory for Everton at the King Power Stadium. Back-to-back wins against Leicester City now, which is nice. Second time in 3 years that we've beaten Leicester as well, which is nice. It's all good, isn't it? It's all good. Up to 5th place in the Premier League, with a home game against Arsenal on Saturday to look forward to. Let us get into it. Right, in goal, Robin Olsen. Obviously, a big surprise that he started the game, but the best thing I can say tonight, and again, this is not a go at Jordan Pickford or anyone, but there was absolutely no drama. And really, there hasn't been any from Jordan Pickford in the last couple of games. He's played well, but there was no drama. His distribution was really good. He was always in the right place at the right time, and you know he'd done his job, and there was no dramas from him whatsoever. So for that, he gets 7. And that's only, it wasn't really tested, was he? Let's be honest. So it's not like he had to make any amazing saves. So I've given him 7. Really good, steady performance. So there you go. Mason Holgate, I have give him an 8.5. Because he scored as well. Really good, really solid. Like the rest of the back four. Really solid performance. And then nips in and gets the crucial second goal, which just gets us over the line and gets any real fears that we may have had. Scored at the perfect time, but he had a really good performance at right back tonight again. Bit more willing to get up the pitch a little bit more as well, which was good. Doesn't like to be beaten in a tackle. Stays on his feet. He's got a little bit of edge to him. And maybe he is. Maybe, you know what? Who knows? Maybe he is a right back after all. I don't know, but excellent performance from him, capped off with that goal. So delighted for him. On the other side, Ben Godfrey, I've given him an 8. Again, really good performance. The only disappointing thing from the two of them was that they both got booked early on. In the second half, and I thought that was going to be an issue, but it wasn't, was it? At the end of the day, so. Again, it's difficult being a right footer playing at left back. It can be a really good, really difficult. It can be really difficult. Let's just say you've got to play on the wrong side. You've got to tackle from the wrong side. You've got to come inside all the time, and yeah, he done really well, Ben Godfrey tonight. So him and Mason filling in, but doing really, really well. So I've given Mason Holgate 8.5, and I've given Ben Godfrey an 8. Yerry Mina and Michael Keane, I've both given them 8 as well. Both superb, both brilliant in the air, nothing stupid. No, I keep saying no. There's no dramas from them. There's no dramas from them or anyone else tonight, and that's the most important thing. Again, the same on Saturday. No real drama. Both get right place, right time, getting the body in the way, not getting exposed up the field as well, making sure they're not going too high up the pitch. And I think, again, that's really important. And we've defended tonight as a real team. Back four has defended like a real unit. And that's what you've got to do. If you're going to play 4 at the back that are all essentially centre-backs, you've got to be a unit. You've got to be a unit. This was like one of the things about when David Moyes was in charge, and this is one of the things he had. Martinez in his first year, that's why we were so good that year, because the back four were always, they could always defend. Simple as that. They blocked, they didn't arse about with playing the ball too many times around the back line. They really defended, and that's what we've seen last couple of games. Players who really want to defend. So fantastic. Allen in front of them, I've given him an 8. I know he had to go off injured, but he was playing really well up to then. Really, really well. And we're going to be missing him now for, well, if it's any less than a month, I'd be surprised. And we're gonna have to cope with that as quickly as we can, or sort out something quickly. I think that could be Mason Holgate if Seamus Coleman comes back, but we have to get that sorted pretty quickly, because he's been brilliant in the last game, Chelsea particularly, and then tonight he was superb. So that's a big blow, because he started really bedding into the Premier League, and I'm just gutted that he's missing, but it is what it is. Abdoulaye Doucouré, I've given him a 9. He was my man of the match. He was brilliant. He was absolutely everywhere. He bossed the midfield. He was in our box, breaking up stuff a couple of times. Last ditch tackles to stop them. In the air, on the deck, just all over the place. That was his best performance in an Everton shirt. He was really, really disciplined, and even more so when Alan went off. That he was so disciplined when Alan went off. And let's hope that he can keep those performances going, because we're really going to need them. Really going to need those performances with the absence of Alan. And maybe we'll see what's what in the next few weeks. Maybe we'll see more from him. Maybe he's got a little bit more to give that he hadn't quite give, because he's next to Alan. We haven't really got anyone else. We've got Tom Davies, we've got Gomez. I don't know. I don't really fancy either of them to play that role. Not like Alan could play that role. We'll have to wait and see. But he was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant tonight. It was his best performance in an Everton shirt. Gylfi Sigurdsson, I've given him an 8. I thought he was excellent tonight again. Really disciplined performance like it was the other night. Nothing stupid. Getting around the pitch. No pointing. Actual football was getting played. There was no pointing. I think the last 2 games, I don't know whether it's because he's, the news that he's found out that he's going to be a father, or I don't know. But who's to say? He just looks like he understands the role he's playing in, and obviously I don't know how that's going to change in the next few weeks, because with the absence of Alan. But he's looked a much more well-rounded player in the last couple of games, doing what he's supposed to do. That's so important. It's so important. For a player, and you've got to know when to make the run. You got to know when to drop back. You got to know when to be part of the team. And maybe it's the whole ethos in the last couple of games of playing as a team. I think's helped them, and I've given it 8 tonight. Same with Iwobi. I've given Iwobi 8 tonight, because again, it's about being part of the team. It's not about necessarily always creating amazing chances. What Iwobi did really well tonight was, when he got the ball, he slowed it down and then he sped it up, and he helped us break. Okay, it wasn't perfect every time, but he helped us break and hold on to the ball, and he was clever on the ball. And there's been a lot, I think, recently. It's not just last couple of games. Recently, he's got better. He looks a little bit fitter as well for me, and yeah, I think he's just looking more of the player that we all thought we were signing, so I've given him an 8. But Richarlison, I've given an 8 as well. Scored the goal, but not only did he score the goal, he worked his bollocks off tonight, Richarlison. He got all this. Again, we had the crap in the commentary tonight of, he goes down too easily and all this nonsense. Well, it's because he gets kicked a lot. And, he went off at that wrist injury, and it was obviously bothering him, but he kept on playing, he kept on working. Scored the goal, back on the score sheet. And he's got his, he's worked hard as well for the rest. And Callum Ancelotti came off after the game and said, he hasn't been scoring goals, but he's been working hard. There's not many players who can do what Richarlison does. Even on a bad day, not many people can put that work rate in he does on the left-hand side or on the right-hand side of grafting the way he does. At the end, he's helping us do, counter-attack, breaking the play up, and then helping us go forward. You don't get that, and what's been missing as a goal, and people have been using it as a stick to beat him with.
but he's a good player. He'll score goals and all right. He's got a bit of luck tonight in his goal, but he's got a goal. So I thought again the work rate was immense. Every single player I'm talking about, the work rate is immense. Dominic Carvin-Lewin, difficult one this because Dom run. I'll give him an 8 because I'm in a very generous mood. Ran his bollocks off. All right, he didn't have too many opportunities. He had one header in the first half, which really all he could do was get it on target. But as a target man, again, he's not scared of working hard. It wasn't maybe sticking for him as much tonight. And maybe people weren't joining up with him as fast, so it was difficult for him. But as a team player, Dom was immense. And what he's done, I think Dom, is this time last year, well not this time last year, sorry, a little bit earlier, like the Burnley game last season, when he was miles away from any other player, he'd give the ball up too easy. What he's doing now is he doesn't give the ball up without a fight. He's controlling it better. He's running it into areas. He's getting the ball in areas and maybe drawing fouls or drawing throw-ins or corners. He's starting to understand that if you're on your own, you've got to try and get something out of it. And I think that's the difference between maybe now and, say, 13, 14 months ago when he was playing up front on his own and it wasn't working. So he had the shot, didn't he? Sorry, he had the shot for Mason Holgate's goal, which was a great save by the keeper. Absolute two top-class saves from their keeper. But he works at, that's the difference now. He's become a proper striker on his own who can manipulate the centre-backs, both of them. Whereas last year he didn't have that, and now he does. So that's a huge improvement. And the subs, Gordon and John Joe Kenny weren't on long enough, so they're not getting one. Gomez, I've given him a 6. I was a bit disappointed in Gomez. I must admit, I was a bit disappointed. And if people can, if they want to have a go at me, fine, I'm not bothered. I was disappointed in him because I just felt like he'd give the ball away, or he was just, at times, he was just going down blind alleys. I was just a bit disappointed. I don't think he was the right man to come on, if I'm perfectly honest. He's not an Allen. I still think he's playing within himself. I just didn't think he did enough when he came on. Simple as that. People might disagree. That's fine. We all see the game differently. He frustrated me where other players were playing their part. I just thought he just disappointed me. And the penalty thing, I mean, very, very close. Very, very close. You can't hit him with the stick but I don't like seeing players put their foot in there in the box. Listen, if you think I'm being harsh, that's fine. It's only my opinion. It doesn't matter. It's only my opinion. It's as simple as that. I'm looking at the comments. Some people saying he was good. Some people saying he was awful. I just didn't think he was that good when he come on. He was my only... When I looked at what we had on the pitch, he was the only person I was worried about doing something silly. That's fine. It's only my opinion. And it's tough to come on and go straight into the action and then have to replace a player like Allen. That's not easy. So that's fair enough. You know, we'll see what happens in the next few games, whether the manager chooses to continue with or chooses to replace Allen with him or chooses to replace him with somebody else. We'll wait and see. It's fine. It's only my opinion. Yeah, there you go. 3 points, up to 5th. I'm delighted with that. That's all you can ask for. Back-to-back wins. Brilliant. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments anyway. Make sure, let me know what you give all the players, and we'll compare and contrast. Make sure to check out my instant match reaction. Make sure to check out Baz's videos as well. We'll be live tomorrow on Patreon doing the final word. Make sure to check that out. It'll be really, really good because we'll be really, really happy over on Patreon. Come and join us. Treat yourself. It's Christmas. Get over and get yourself on Patreon and watch it live tomorrow. The full extended final word. Get involved. You can leave your comments on there as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.